Welcome to the real deal out of the city of Gary, Indiana with another short video. GI baby. This video is about the black vote and how we got the leverage, but most of the black folks don't understand how powerful the black vote is, because neither candidate, whether it's Republican, Democrat, Independent, Green Party, the Tea Party, cannot win an election without the black vote. Now, we've been voting for the Democratic Party for over 50 years. And what's the results? Not a goddamn thing. Niggas in the hood still going through it. And the ones in the suburbs too. Shit. But let's examine our vote and the history of it. Okay. We fought hard for that right to vote. Kill, everything. When you fighting for what's right, you have to expect to sacrifice your life, and that's what you young people don't understand. You have to sacrifice your life. That's your legacy. A person will have more respect for you if you died for a cause instead of you just dying for the block or the color. All right, but let's not get off topic, baby. Look here. The Democratic Party has done nothing for us. John F. Kennedy, he was considered a friend of the black man. But during all of that, the civil rights and trying to integrate schools and sitting at counters at white folks that was for white folks only, he took a blind eye when he was touring the country because of the Cuban Missile Crisis. Don't you think the black folks' plight is just as important as them goddamn Russians putting some nuclear missiles in Cuba? I beg to differ. The black people in this country is the most loyalist citizens that America has ever seen, but America's just going to keep stepping on our necks, and motherfuckers is getting tired of it. But let's talk about the black vote. Finally, we got the Voting Rights Act. And we've been voting for the Democratic Party ever since. And both of those parties did everything they could to disrupt our progress as a people. Nixon, he dropped all that goddamn heroin. Where you think Nicky Barnes come from, that movie American Gangster? The heroin, that was an epidemic in these major cities, Chicago, New York, Gary. I remember, seeing these veterans come home and they strung out on heroin, and you had these violent drug wars, courtesy of the Republican and the Democratic Party that you vote for so faithfully, that you got so much hope in. Okay? Let's go up. The early 80s. I started legally being able to vote at the age of 18, which was 1981. That was Reagan. Reagan got in the office on the landslide. Conservatism. They still talking about Reagan to this day. But you know what I remember about Reagan? Reagan dumped all that goddamn cocaine into the hood. You had these big time dope dealers like Freeway Ricky Ross, that brother in DC, Edmund something. Keys. That was just so much dope. Miami, them river rats. If anybody, do your research. So now here come motherfucking Bill Clinton, and we all call him the black president. Man, I was a young hog back then, and I was like, man, what the hell is they talking about? Talking to a white man, he the first black president? Then we got a wake-up call. When he signed that Republican crime bill and that welfare reform, which welfare reform, I ain't really got no problem with that, because niggas need to stop depending on that shit. But that Republican crime bill and that war on drugs, courtesy of Reagan, and then Bill Clinton, who you voted for, co-signed on that shit. Now you got that mass incarceration rate. You got the majority of black men that's in the penitentiary. You know, with all these childless fathers. You know, the Democratic Party is a motherfucker, but y'all keep voting for him. Okay, then here come George Bush. He, you know, hey, we already knew straight up. He wasn't finna do shit for the black community. He ain't even ask for your vote. What did he do? Massive tax cuts for the wealthy. Gave the banks a free pass to do what they want. I remember when they was throwing checks in the mail, live checks, $1,200, $1,300 with these astronomical interest rates. Then the banks went broke. This is Bush, and he did 8 years. And then here comes the savior, Obama. Oh, it's a black man. America is finally progressing now. Yeah, but your motherfucker got a wake-up call with Obama. Obama ain't did shit. Obama won't even mention black folks when it comes to the police. But you voted for him. I almost fell for that shit. I didn't vote for Obama's ass. You know, I was gonna vote for him the second time if he did right by black folks. You know, but he didn't. Now you got that wake-up call. You know, if anything, Obama made race relations worse because, and I'm not, it was all planned. They let that black man get into the office because they knew a black man can't do shit to no white boy. It goes back to slavery. Ain't nothing that you could say to a white man that can dispute his lies, his cheating, and anything else because white is right. Why you think racial relations are so fucked up right now? And then here comes Donald Trump, you know, politically correct. Don't be politically correct no more. In other words, hey, let's have open season. You know, y'all niggas and y'all hunkies. That's how I look at it. I'd rather have it keep it real. But here come Hillary. Now you want to vote for her. She going into churches. And here come Donald Trump trying to talk to the black folks about our conditions like we don't know. And here come Hillary, the bitch, you know, she beat the feds. I don't know nobody that caught a Fed case that's out here walking the streets right now other than her. Everybody else, if you catch a case with the feds, you going to jail because the feds has unlimited resources to lock your ass up. But I'm not saying, my black people, I'm not saying not to utilize your vote. I understand if you want to vote, but let me tell you something. You know, use your vote like you would do with your hard-earned money when you're trying to get that house for your wife and kids. That's an investment, something that appreciates with value. The more time, you know, it appreciates. You know, but we using our vote like we do when we go to the mall. You know, just spending money. Oh, I like that. Oh, I like that. You know, like you program. You know, and black folks is programmed to vote Democrat. I'll be listening to these brothers and niggas here in the inner cities, they will vote, but they voting for the wrong reasons. They voting for the wrong reasons. If you hold your vote and save your money, that's what a vote is, your money. And save it and let them come to you. And if they come to you, they got to talk right because they know they can't get in office without you. That's why I always tell the niggas in the hood, hey, look, man, you know, it's better just to vote locally. And one of the most important votes is the midterm elections. A lot of the black folks don't know about that. A lot of the young ones don't. And we need to teach our children that. The midterm elections determine how much a president can get passed, how he can get his agenda passed. Because if it's overwhelmingly Democrat or if it's overwhelmingly Republican, he's not going to get nothing passed because it's a different party. But if you vote those Republicans out of office, starting locally, you can get a lot done. But hey, look here, my beautiful black people, this is just some truism. some ism that I'm dropping to y'all on this Labor Day weekend, and I hope everybody has a safe one. You know, and that goes for everybody. You know, that goes for every one of us, black or whatever. You know, but in particularly my black people. You know, that's what I'm concerned about. And if you like this video, subscribe. And with that, the OG is out. And peace and love to everybody. Have a safe holiday. Word.